No matter what offense you run in Madden, you need to have one-play touchdown formulas in your back pocket. A lot of players associate these one-play touchdowns with coming out of meta formations, whether that's a 2x2 tight or maybe a bunch formation or a trips tight end type formation. But the truth is you can really create one-play scores that will bomb not only the cover 3 defense, but also the cover 4 shell that are so popular with one simple formula. And it's not necessarily as hard-coded as it's been in years past. I'll explain why, but first make sure you guys are hitting the subscribe button, that notification bell, and grab out your pen and pad. Let's get after it. Now, today we're going to be breaking down a route combination that historically has been very, very popular, but it's been more so out of compressed formations. When you have a lot of bunched up receivers, it can be rather easy to bomb a cover 3 defense or a cover 4 defense over the top. But believe it or not, spread formations afford us this same opportunity while being a little bit less obvious. You see, when you play out of the main formations that everyone plays out of, players just kind of know to expect the one-play touchdown, and they're a little bit more in tune with switch sticking back to prevent it. When you do this out of off meta formations, which is just another way of saying formations that pro players don't run as often, you're going to have a little bit more equity in these one-play touchdown formulas. So I've come out in this play hitch corners here, but we're going to set up a total hot route combo here. With this, I'm going to put Tyreek Hill on a post route. This post route will be custom stemmed up a D-pad click. On the other side of the field, we'll use a comeback route. Comeback routes are so good this year. You guys should use them because they beat man. They're also very, very good against the cover 3 and cover 4 when your opponents play hard flats, which is pretty common. Then from there, we are going to choose whichever tight end we want to be our pull route on this. I'll show you guys here with Brock Bowers in this. We're going to run him as the pull route. Now, regardless of a cover 3 or a cover 4 defense, which we're facing a cover 4 here, the Brock Bowers streak will actually pull not only the safety on the left side of the field, but believe it or not, it will pull the safety on the right side of the field to stay as vertical as that route goes, which means Tyreek Hill is going to break underneath of that, and we're going to have a throw over the top. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to give myself a little bit of a check down game. When you guys are going for a bomb, you want to make sure that you give yourself checkdowns. Your opponents are going to switch stick. They're going to have other holes in the zones underneath. Pass rush will sometimes come in, and there's always a reason that you might want to throw a check down just to be able to get something if you don't feel like you can hold the ball long enough. So we're not going to focus on checkdowns in this video, but you guys know that they're important. Don't go out there and not give yourself an outlet, okay? But our formula is essentially these 3 routes. And with this particular formation, I'm just going to kind of set up a rollout. So I'm going to slide my protection towards that edge, and then I'm just going to roll out. And you see that there's this giant pocket of turf that we can throw, and that safety on the right side of the field does not play the post route. So what we see right here is the pull route on the short side of the field impacting both safeties, as I just promised you. So take a look right here at Brock Bowers, and I'm going to kind of zoom out and turn the camera to the middle of the field. You're going to see that as he gets into his pattern, he's obviously going to pull Jesse Bates on his side of the field. But if you look to the other side of the field, you see this safety running stride by stride with this player. So he's not really alerted to the fact that there is a post breaking out underneath of him because he's being pulled by Brock Bowers. This is going to then allow us to isolate this outside corner in the cover 4 with our comeback. While we do have a curl flat out here under the comeback, meaning we can't throw that, the running back check down is open. Again, not trying to harp on check downs. If they were to play a cover 4 hard flat, this would be a wide open throw to Cooper Kupp for a possession catch and a gain of about, I would say, anywhere from 10 to 20 yards. So really easy throw. But he is pulling down this player, which now when you actually factor in this player running with the Brock Bowers streak, opens up a giant patch of turf right here for us to throw this post into. I didn't even have to wait for Tyreek to get over the top. I actually threw that just in stride, and we were able to find the front pylon for a touchdown. But let's go ahead and show you guys that this works with the other tight end as well. This is especially useful if you do want to set up design rollouts, because now instead of running Bowers as a streak pull route on the left side of the field, you could actually give yourself maybe a return route if you wanted this to be hitting late over the middle for a throwback into the middle of the field shallow. Or you could just say, hey, go to this flat as fast as you can. I'll give myself a throwback to this running back curl. Again, we're not focused on the checkdowns, but just some possibilities here for you. I'm going to set up a rollout again here, and you're going to see that this is going to make it pretty easy on us. Tyreek Hill going to break out, and you can throw this ball over the top, and you can still catch it. Now, the downside to this is that because the streak that we're running is on the right side of the field, that actually makes it a little bit easier for the safety on the right side to kind of peel back, but you guys will still have an angle to make this throw. And you see right here, if you just get enough time, you actually can tuck this all the way over the top. Just barely missed that throw there, but you do see it running wide open, all right? Now, the cool thing about this is that we could go either direction with our quarterback on this. So right here, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to set this up the inverse direction. Maybe I give myself a return route out to the flat. Maybe I just put a tight end hitch here. And you're gonna see that again, with this particular call, I'm able to thread that particular gap against a cover 3 or a cover 4 defense. Cover 4 is harder to bomb than cover 3, so go test cover 3 for yourself. It's really simple. Now, this is out of something so mundane as the ace formation. I love this because this allows me to come out in my main offense and still have this quarterback run element that a lot of people covet the Minnesota Vikings offense for, but you guys can run this out of really anything. So you can get a lot of people into these cover 4 run defenses by just showing them something like ace. That's the equity in this formation. But again, if you wanted to be just really off the beaten path with this, it's quite simple to do. So let's take a look here at this formation tray open. I literally never run this in my playbook, but it's no different in how we will choose to attack a cover 3 or a cover 4 defense. In fact, this time, let's go ahead and run the cover 3. So in this particular example, what we're going to do is we don't necessarily have a left or a right slot to streak. We only have one slot that we could actually pull with. So this is kind of a one-way go when you think about it. I guess in theory, we could get to Tyreek Hill running the bomb, but again, you're just going to run the comeback route to Tyreek, and then you're going to have your post and your streak. This is more of like the meta setup, and then you give yourself a drag or a whip route underneath for your check down purposes. So I'm just going to go ahead here and run this. I'm going to roll out away from my body. But again, you see I could throw this over the top. Ideally, you'd want to roll towards the throw to make the throw a little bit easier, a little bit less cross body, but nonetheless, you can throw it. Now, in this example, I am going to go ahead and go the other direction with it, running the streak to Laporta. I'm going to run Tyreek Hill over the top, and I'm going to try to roll with this. So you see right here, I'm now able to roll, and you still see that that pull route pulled the corner, which allowed us to still throw the post. It wasn't as much a straight up over the top one play touchdown as we would really like, but it wasn't necessarily too bad. So again, I'll show this to you again. I'll just give myself a little bit of a curl to the tight end, or I'm sorry, to the receiver. We'll streak the tight end down the field. You could use a crosser or a post. So you see right here, I'm gonna go ahead and roll out, and I can throw this ball underneath. So this still works. It's still very much a zone beater. This is more of like a meta style zone beater than, you know, a one play bomb. But if I were to maybe window dress this and put Laporta in motion, I can still accomplish this same goal here. So you're going to see here in this example, we're now going to be right back in business with this call because our pull route is on the left rather than the right. You see that while I got sacked right there, you notice how it pulled down that outside third. If my pass protection held up, that would be pretty easy. Now, of course, you also do have the ability, if you guys know how to do the quarterback speed boost, it's a little bit harder to explain than I wish it were, but if you know how to speed boost with your quarterback, which involves, you know, basically hitting the turbo button and the juke button in the right combo, this will actually allow you to kind of get out of trouble. And this could buy you some time for your bomb setups. Now, right there, our routes ran into each other, but you saw right there, I was able to avoid the pass rush. So let's wrap this up, put everything together with a bow on top, set up our route combination. Maybe I'll give myself a check down here to Randy Moss on a return route. Kind of doesn't matter. We'll do our full slide. I am going to try to go and quarterback speed boost. We got out. And then you see over the top, there it is. We're out for the one play touchdown. We just put a little bit of window dressing out there to kind of draw attention away from what we truly wanted to do. So you don't have to run the meta formations to bomb any zone coverage in the game. It's literally as simple as this formula. And the best part, as I've mentioned, is that when you're dealing with people that like to, you know, shade their coverage down, you're actually going to have that comeback route. I do want to leave you guys just with an understanding that this is a throw you should be taking. Especially when the pass rush is good. I definitely, while making this video, had some reps where the pass rush was quite good. So, you know, make sure that when you're dealing with these hard flat style defenses. So right here, we have the hard flat defense. And again, I just want to kind of show you that with this comeback route, that you do have the ability to kind of throw this ball. You see right here, when there's no flat zone that's sinking underneath to the sideline, that throw is there. So you don't necessarily have to just chuck the post every single time. It's especially useful when your opponent switches back to take this away. So between all the check down stuff and the comeback itself, this is a really good foundation of an offense that can help you get down the field pretty easily. It only involves 3 routes, which means that you can use your running back and or your tight end for protection purposes, or to kind of attack the areas underneath that your opponent are leaving open. And again, the comeback route is always good, especially against shaded down flat zones or against man-to-man altogether if you guess wrong and the cover 3 is actually a cover 1. But I'm up out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. We'll see you guys later this afternoon with a short, or tomorrow with another long form upload. Until then, this is Zan, get in the lab and good luck.